And then through this practice of consistent meditation, this is us trying to regain the control and bring things as it should be. So really, it's not really about destroying the ego or killing yourself, but really it is about putting it in check, giving yourself that distancing, finding that way of responding and not reacting. And that beautiful, peaceful state of mind. Let's not forget about that as well. The peace that you start to experience from this beautiful practice. The peace that you experience when the cart is no longer pulling the donkey, right? The noise that goes on in your heads. And if we were born like that, we know no different. We know that there is nothing else but this noise in our head. You don't even realize that can be such a more peaceful state in your head. And like what I mentioned earlier to you, what goes on in here reflects outside here, which means what? This world that you see around you, you think you need to earn a lot of money to make this world beautiful. You think you need to change the world in order to make it beautiful. Actually, all you need to change, right? This world is already beautiful as it is. Let's talk about Nian, which is the Chinese word for mindfulness. Again, a little bit surprising, but I don't think I need to explain to most of you what Nian means, right? For example, used within the context of Nian Jing, right? Which is that you're trying to recite something, or that you were trying to recall or remember something, and then you were trying, so again, the idea of remembering. So within the word Nian, it's comprising of two words. One, which is Jing, Jing Tian de Jing, and then the next word is Xing, Xing Tang de Xing. Am I right to say that? Okay, I think everyone understands. So, phew. Which means here and now in the heart, isn't it? When we talk about heart, what kind of heart is it referring to? But of course, those of you that know Chinese, you already know what kind of heart it refers to. Heart, not just in terms of heart like in I heart Singapore or I heart ice cream. You are not talking about that kind of compulsive or like lustful way of liking something, right? Which is then the Hollywood version of love, the Hollywood version of heart. What you are dealing with is something more to do, and also not the physical heart, right? Not the beating heart itself. What you are more dealing with is the idea of centeredness, or going back to the essence, or even the core, right? Going inwards, finding the center, finding the origin, coming to the heart. Does that make sense? So this becomes very, very important for you to understand. Whenever we use the term heart, this is what we mean. Come back. You can even say, come back home. But come back home from what? Come back home from what? Come back home from all this noise that is going on inside your head. And come back home from the identification, most importantly, identifying with this noise, being dragged along like the cart going downhill, and you are the donkey that's supposed to be in front of that. You are behind that. You are being driven by all these thoughts. You are being pulled here and there. You are being pulled by the monkey mind, right? Once again, it is not just the mind like a monkey bouncing from place to place. It is also your participation of all that. That is also happening. So, Nian is a very beautiful way of understanding what really is mindfulness, right? Mindfulness is not just being here and now. Otherwise, you can be mindful looking at a piece of cake, wanting to eat the cake. Mindfulness is being here and now in the heart. Here and now in the heart. What does that mean? That means if you are in front of that cake, you are here, you are now, you can see that your experience right now is about wanting to eat the cake, wanting to eat the cake, wanting to eat the cake. So you are not just looking or observing the cake, you are also observing the person in front of the cake. You are also observing this mental condition here. And in order to observe this mental condition here, there has to be something else going on, isn't there? Because what we know is that we can look at other things. I can see this cup. You, right? And I know for a fact that I am not the cup. I can see this mouse. I know for a fact I am not this mouse. I can see the image of myself in the mirror. Then I know that I'm not the illusion of the mirror in front of me, because the mirror is just reflecting. It's not the actual me. Can I see myself? Okay, I can see my hand. So I know that I'm not really my hand, because A has to look at B. I can see my shirt. If I look very hard, I can see the tip of my nose. Essentially, I can see my body. So I know I am not my body. Otherwise, how can I observe my body? I can see my mind. I can observe that there are thoughts appearing and disappearing in my head. I know that I can't be my thoughts. Otherwise, how can I observe them? Can I ask you, if I am not the thought, if you are not the thought, and you are not the body, and you are not all the drama going on inside your head, and you are not everything you observe around you, who are you? Look inwards right now. See if you can find a source, that which is experiencing all this, even the thoughts, even which you assume that is you. Anything that you can observe cannot be who you are because you can observe it. Then who is the one observing? Even close the eyes right now. This is a practice. Close the eyes and start to find out, who am I? Who am I? Ask yourself, who am I? Am I the university degree? Am I the job? Am I the one possessing my room? Am I sitting here even? I can observe all this. How can I be the person sitting in this room if I can observe the person sitting in this room? How can I be the one thinking if I can observe the thinking? Then who am I? Who am I? Who am I? This is not an intellectual question. Don't try to formulate or verbalize your answer. This is a feeling. Feel. Feel where the flow of consciousness is coming from. Feel what exactly observes all this. Good. And here is a clue. Here is one clue. Things that arise and things that pass away. Because isn't everything in this world arising and passing away? Isn't everything here in this world temporary? Everything has a beginning and an end. Your degree lasts a finite duration. Your possessions, they will be gone one day. Your body is going older and dying as we speak. Your mind, your memories, you think they are permanent. Are they? The moment you take an inhale, the moment you take an exhale, your body has already changed. What is moving? Everything. Everything in this world changes. Something does not change. Something never changes. Something is neither here nor there, neither in the future nor in the past. Something is so big that all the changing nature of this world is happening inside of it. Can you feel that something? Can you feel that something? If you get distracted, the thoughts come. Let them come. Because you know you are not these thoughts. If discomfort in the body comes, let the discomfort come. Because you know you are not this discomfort. Do you feel that you need 10 years to master this practice? No. Because essentially you are already this. You are this beautiful eternal place from which to observe everything. You are this beautiful infinite space from which everything appears and it disappears within you. Can you feel? Unchanging and eternal. Good. Slowly open the eyes, which you always thought were yours, and bring yourself back to this body. Beautiful. So to answer the question, what does it mean to come to the heart? You have just done that. It is to start to peel back the layers of the illusion of this world and the illusion of this life, and to bring yourself back to that very simple and beautiful place. Coming back to the heart. Perhaps you can call this coming back home. You come home.